Her grandmother left her everything: the house, the land, and a note with a single rule: never open the basement door. No explanation, no key, just that one warning. But rules are hard to follow, especially when the whispers start at night and the light flickers just outside that door. Before we uncover the secret behind that locked door, make sure to subscribe to Edgeline Stories. Like this video if you love stories that keep you up at night, and comment where you're watching from. We read them all. Hannah hadn't seen her grandmother in over 6 years. Not by choice. After the family fallout, there were no Sunday visits, no holiday dinners, just a quiet, awkward silence. So when the lawyer called to say her grandmother had passed, and that she was the sole inheritor of the house, Hannah didn't know how to feel. The house sat in a sleepy town nestled between rolling hills, the kind of place where streetlights blinked out at midnight and neighbors left pies on porches without a note. A Victorian-era home, creaky with character. Faded blue shutters. A rusted swing that still moved on windless days. But inside that house was a rule. The will was simple. The house is yours. Keep the garden alive. And never, under any circumstances, open the basement door. Not even in an emergency. Not even if you hear something. Hannah chuckled when she read it. A superstition, maybe? An old woman's paranoia? But then she arrived. And the house didn't feel empty. It felt like it was waiting for her. It started the first night. A soft shuffle. Then a whisper. Coming from behind the door at the end of the hall. The basement. Hannah pressed her ear to the wood once. Just once. And heard breathing. That door's been locked since 1974, the neighbor across the street had told her. Your grandmother used to sit on a chair in front of it. Said it kept her safe. Hannah didn't want to believe it. But every time she passed the door, she felt it. A pulling. A presence. And then she found the box. It was tucked behind the linen closet's false panel. A small wooden box, carved with the same spiral pattern etched into the basement door. Hannah didn't know what it meant. But inside the box was a faded photo, a brittle old letter, and a single brass key. The photo made her stomach turn. It was her grandmother, standing in front of the basement door, maybe 40 years younger. She was smiling, but behind her, in the sliver of open space, a hand was reaching out. Thin, like it had never seen sunlight. The letter was dated June 7, 1968. The handwriting was shaky, nervous. If you're reading this, then you found the key. God help you. I couldn't destroy it. But I couldn't let it free. I was the last one to trap it. And now you must do the same. Hannah didn't sleep that night. The key burned a hole in her thoughts. She left it in the box. But the next morning, it was in her coat pocket. 3 days passed. And then, the whispers started using her name. Hannah, I know you're there. Let me out. She boarded up the door, taped it shut, left the lights on. But the voices got louder. And then she saw him. A man in the garden. Same man from the photo in the box, the one behind her grandmother. He stood still as stone. But his eyes followed her every move. On the 7th night, she woke up to find the door unlocked. The key was in it. Her hands were shaking. She didn't remember putting it there. But something in her needed to know if she was cursed, or if something worse was waiting for the next generation. She turned the knob. So the door creaked open. Darkness swallowed her. The air was thick, moldy, but not cold. It was alive. The staircase groaned under her steps. Cobwebs brushed her face. And then the door slammed shut behind her. Pitch black. Silence. Until she heard breathing. And then a child's voice. I've been waiting, Hannah. When they found Hannah 2 days later, she was asleep on the floor upstairs. The basement was locked. The key? Gone. And written across her wall, in that same spiraling script. One rule. Never open the basement door. Now it's your turn. She moved out the next day. But weeks later, she received a box in the mail. No return address. Inside it, the brass key. And a note. She left it open. Now it needs someone new. What did Hannah really see in that basement? Who, or what, was sealed away for decades? And why did her grandmother think she could stop it? Was Hannah the only one in the family to face this? Or is this part of something far older, far darker? Let us know what you think really happened down there in the comments. And if you thought this story was haunting, wait until you hear about the man who received a voicemail from his dead wife. That story is coming next. So make sure you hit subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. This is Edgeline Stories, where real life writes the most unforgettable scripts.